Welcome back to the Toronto Blue Jays series season sim, and I'm JayBlue, and thanks for joining me, and welcome to the General Manager Games channel. We have here mid-June, it's June 20th, 2022, we are past the draft, and thanks for staying with us, and I know our schedule's been a little bit unpredictable lately, and well, that reflects my schedule. So, but I'm glad you're sticking with us, and we can keep pushing through the 2022 season. We have a pretty good record. We're in third place in the American League East. We are also in second place in the wild card competition, and we've got Hyunjin Ryu on the mound here to face the Pittsburgh Pirates. We are playing in the National League Park, so Ruiz is probably going to hit. And let's not forget that, this is going to be the first real sim where we get some of the short season teams playing. So we'll get to see some of those draftees, and we'll get to see some of those minor leaguers in action. So here we go. We're going to sim today. I think the plan is to get through a week or two of baseball, and so here is our first game coming up. And it's a win, a 10-5 win. Ryu wasn't terrible. 6 innings, 4 runs, but only 1 was earned. 3 strikeouts. Curtis Taylor gives up another run, but Zach Eflin and Colton Eastman finish it off without any damage. And offensively, big game for Luis Garcia. Looking to see if he hit a home run. He didn't, but he did hit 2 doubles. He's got 30 doubles on the season. We had 2 hits from Bichette, including a double, 2 hits from Guerrero, including a double. Randall Grichuk with a couple hits, Lourdes Gurriel with a couple hits, doubles for Gurriel. Nobody else got a hit except for Yusniel Diaz, who was 1 for 5. So a really nice game here. Luis Garcia is our player of the game. All right, now who do we have on the mound today? We've got Sean Reed-Foley facing Cody Ponce. And the result is a loss, 4-1 loss. And pitching-wise, Reed-Foley did not get out of the 3rd or 4th inning, and it's not due to an injury. He didn't walk anybody. Trying to figure out why he was pulled. He only threw 53 pitches. Julian Fernandez was good. Everybody was good in relief. Maybe just the 8 hits was taking a toll on our manager. Chad Green had a couple good innings, and Julian Fernandez, Colton Eastman. So not bad for the bullpen. But the offense just couldn't do anything. 10 hits, but just 1 run. Garcia with another couple of hits. Guerrero with another couple of hits. Double for Garcia. Danny Jansen, a couple of hits. Yusniel Diaz with a couple of hits as well. All right, we're going to face Cleveland. We're still on the road. Anthony Kay on the mound. And here we go. And it's a win. Kevin Smith has gout. He's going to be out for 3 days. Not worried too much about that. And Barucki, let's just take a quick peek at him. Okay, he's made 2 appearances in Buffalo on his rehab assignment. He's not bad. We'll have to see what happens. That's Lansing. We don't want Lansing. The Major League team. So Kevin Smith has gout for 3 days. I'm just wondering if there is another infielder we have here in Buffalo we can bring up. Ruben Tejada is, a veteran, but he's not even hitting in Buffalo. I think this may be the end of his career. But Starlene Castro, not bad, but again, not somebody that I really want to add to the Major League roster right now. Cullen Large is struggling. Vinny Capra is struggling. Kevin Vicuña is struggling. So the answer, Ryan Noda is one of our best hitters in Buffalo, which is unfortunately not saying a heck of a lot. So yeah, we don't really have an infielder who can take his place, so that's okay though. Okay, so we did win 5-3. On the mound was Anthony Kay, went 5 innings to pick up the win, 4 walks. That's a little bit disappointing. I want to see him get the walks down. Zach Eflin, Scott Oberg. Again, the bullpen was outstanding. I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more length out of my starting pitching. Luis Garcia, another big game, 1 for 3 with another double and 2 walks, an RBI, 2 runs. Vladdy Guerrero, a couple hits. We're not hitting the ball out of the ballpark, but Vladdy's getting a couple hits pretty much every game. Bo Bichette a couple hits, including a double. Danny Jansen with a double. Biggio, Diaz. Grichuk with a couple hits. Danny Jansen did make an error. All right. And Jonathan VR is on the Major League team, so that's obviously going to help pick up the slack for Kevin Smith. All right, here's another game against the Indians, and we've got Mike Clevenger for the Cleveland team, who will be changing their name soon, so hopefully that's going to happen, I think, 2022 in the real world. Elvis Luciano for us. And it looks like a win. Jonathan VR is injured. No, he's going on the injured list because he's gone for 4 weeks. That's a day-to-day injury, but so we're going to place on the injured list. That is the unfortunate thing. Let's take a look at Buffalo. Okay, Buffalo, we don't really have anybody on. We don't have anybody on the 40-man roster. If we go to New Hampshire, again, we don't have anybody on the 40-man roster, but we do have Groshans is not doing much. Tanner Morris is not bad. Otto Lopez is okay. Nick Podcool. That OBP is terrible. We don't have a lot of infielders. It's I think all of our infielders and our prospects especially are way down in the minors. So we do have room on the 40-man to add somebody. So I think I'm going to add Starlin Castro. So here we are. I mean, the only guy on the 40-man roster here is Gabby Moreno, and again, he's a catcher. He is struggling offensively. So Starlin Castro is probably the best of a bad bunch. Oh, and Santiago Espinal. Sorry, Santiago Espinal's on the roster, but he's doing okay in Buffalo. So Espinal, he's been classified as a center fielder. I think I may have listed him in center field in order to just make him a little bit more flexible. So we're going to go here to the lineups, and we're going to ask our bench coach. And yeah, it doesn't really change anything. Garcia's still playing third, Biggio at second, but Espinal is going to be our backup. Let's see if he's only got a 30 rating in center field. But second base, shortstop, he's definitely solid. So that gives him something solid, somebody to sub in for VR. But yeah, it's very good that we were able to find Espinal, who was kind of hidden on the roster there. All right, folks. So now we've got James Paxton. He's recovered from his minor injury. Sorry, that was a 4-3 win. Did I even check the results? No, I hadn't actually. VR was 2 for 4 in that game. Kevin Biggio with another 2 for 4 game. Luis Garcia, 3 RBI and a walk. Excellent work from Garcia. Vladdy Guerrero, 0 for. Bo Bichette, 0 for. Elvis Luciano only went 4 2/3 innings. Gurriel was ejected. I can handle that. Solid game. I mean, he threw a lot of pitches, but 7 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts for Elvis Luciano. Curtis Taylor with a run allowed. Okay, so we are through almost the whole week. We have 2 more games, and James Paxton facing Zach Plesac, son of a former Blue Jay, Dan Plesac. Okay, this is a good one. 10-3 win. Paxton only lasts a third of an inning. He was injured and strained hamstring. He's day-to-day for 2 to 3 weeks, so we're going to have to put him on the injured list also. I don't want a guy who's day-to-day out there because that could turn into a much worse injury. But fortunately, the bullpen was just outstanding. Remember what I was saying about wanting to get more length from our starting pitchers, and obviously this is not a great game for that. Zach Eflin gave up all 3 runs. Curtis Taylor, Colton Eastman, Scott Oberg, and Chad Green finished it off. Obviously not a save situation, so Ken Giles not getting in there. Luis Garcia, 1 for 5 with a home run. Vladdy Guerrero, 4 for 5 with a home run. He just opened it up in this game. Lourdes Gurriel had 2 hits, including a home run. Bo Bichette with a home run. And J.D. Martinez, 2 for 4. Big game. Big game for the Jays. Okay, and we go to Sunday. Hyunjin Ryu, and he's injured too. Diagnosed with an oblique strain. He's out for 2 weeks. Wow. So we're now down 2 pitchers in 2 games. Place on injured list. Okay, so Ryan Baraki, guess what? You come back to Toronto. That's the easiest one. Although you may not last. And then we want to see our pitching stats. So we do have Paul Campbell. We have Patrick Murphy, who's pitching okay. Joey Murray, who is pitching pretty well. He may be a bullpen guy long term, but Spencer Turnbull has also been pitching very well. Simeon Woods Richardson has struggled a little bit. Homer Bailey, Thomas Hatch. Hatch has been very good out of the bullpen here. Zach Jackson, Danny Jimenez has struggled. Yohan Lopez, really nice there. But we do need starters, so let's look at our starters. Paul Campbell is obviously the guy with the most experience, so he's going to be promoted. And up to Toronto, so we're down 2 starters. I think Zach Eflin can probably start, so I'm going to ask bench coach for start. Yeah, so we've got Campbell and Eflin. This is hardly our A rotation. Now, we did get the win, but it was 16-10, so I think our bullpen finally ran out of gas. Ryu only went 2/3 of an inning, and yeah, like our bullpen just was gassed. Julian Fernandez giving up 3 runs. Zach Eflin and Ken Giles both gave up runs in just 1/3 of an inning each. Eastman, Meza, Oberg, Green, and Taylor with scoreless outings. But that 2/3 of an inning for Ryu was just, the worst thing that could have happened to our bullpen. Offensively, huge explosion. 16 runs on 17 hits. Just 2 home runs, both from Steven Souza Jr., who was 2 for 5. Alejandro Kirk also 2 for 5 with 3 RBI. Yusniel Diaz 2 for 5 with 3 RBI. Randall Grichuk 2 for 4. Lourdes Gurriel 2 for 5, 3 RBI. Bo Bichette 2 for 5. Guerrero 2 for 3 with 2 walks. And Luis Garcia 3 for 5 with a walk. So really big game offensively, despite only the home runs from Souza. So that is actually... Read important message. James Paxton, strained hamstring. So today is still, they haven't forwarded the day, so we're going to finish to the Monday. All right. And now we're going to just check out our minor league system. It's been a rough week here for the Jays. We're going to check our minor leagues and see just how they're doing. Here we go, Buffalo. So we've already really taken a look at the Buffalo pitching staff. I love the strikeouts here on Joey Murray. He does have a fairly high ERA. Spencer Turnbull, beautiful work, and I think he's going to be the next guy to come up. And if Baraki isn't that great, or Eflin, he's next on my list. Simeon Woods Richardson, he's already 21, so I mean he's still very young, so that's really good to see. I do want to let him just mature a little bit, get that stuff up a little bit more, polish up his stuff, get that movement up a little bit more if we can. Yeah, and we've looked at our relievers. Ty Tice is doing really nicely, so he's also, and him and Kyle Keller are both candidates for coming back up. Keller already in the majors was terrible. His contract is up at the end of the season, though, so I'm not worried too much about carrying that salary. Offensively, Gabby Moreno is on a cold streak, and 235, 274, 378. I mean, that's really taking a slide from where he was and what he was doing last year. So we're hoping that can turn around. Ryan Noda, very, very solid, and Michael Toglia is very solid. But Noda is really the guy who's doing the most here. Still, long term, is he a major leaguer? I don't think so, according to what he's doing in the game. Paulo Oosting they say he's ready for the major leagues, but I don't think so. I think he's a career minor leaguer. Brock Lundquist, another guy who's, doing okay. He's got league average offense, and same with Chavez Young. Chavez Young, league average offense here in AAA. Down in New Hampshire, Philip Clark is on a cold streak, but he's been, terrific. He's got a 111 OPS, 371 on base, and his slugging is solid. 7 home runs for him. Tanner Morris, he's one of our only other guys who is hitting above league average. So Morris is doing pretty well. Defensively, not, thrilling to look at what he can do. Jordan Groshans is close to league average. He's doing better compared to the league than he ever has, really, which is refreshing. But this does not bode well for a even everyday regular in the major leagues for Jordan Groshans. Will Robertson is doing a little better than league average. I really like that on-base percentage. Playing left field, he's better at first base, and if we look at his ratings, again, that's decent for a first baseman. That's not great for anybody else. And he looks like he's pretty much reached his potential in terms of his hitting ability. But as you can see, a 0.5 WAR probably being brought down by his defensive challenges. Wow, I mean, 518 efficiency at first base is absolutely terrible. And finally, we've got Jacob Barfield playing league average baseball. As far as our pitching goes here, Gency Diva is doing pretty well. Alek Manoah is still disappointing. I think this is pretty much it for him. I don't think he's got that major league ability. Maybe in the bullpen. I mean, maybe that stuff ticks up in the bullpen, but that's just not major league ability. Graham Spraker is doing okay. I mean, just this pitching staff is really underperforming. Josh Winkowski doing okay. In the bullpen, PJ Poulin is doing okay. Brad Wilson. Hansel Rodriguez has a really nice strikeout to walk ratio, so he may move up fairly soon. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, again, not much really exciting going on here. In Dunedin, Pardinho still struggling. Alex Nolan struggling. Trey Dillard is... it's okay. The strikeout rate is terrible. Not a strikeout pitcher, obviously. Troy Watson is doing actually better than some of these guys. Antonio Saldana is also sliding down that depth chart. Chris Rivera giving up a lot of runs. Daysbel Hernandez, Felipe Castaneda. Castaneda is probably doing the best of these guys. So, not a lot of encouragingness here. Francisco Ruiz in Florida, 300 batting average, so he's doing quite well in Florida. PK Morris doing quite well. Nick Gonzalez has been on a surge, 300, 373, 473. I would like to see that isolated slugging a little bit higher. So far he's sort of just under what PK Morris has done. But his overall slugging is better, and his on-base percentage is better, also linked to a better batting average. Johnny Aiello, just monster here with the power, 18 home runs. He's leading the team. There's monster power for Aiello, but really low contact. This may be a level that he thrives, but he may not be able to do much at a higher level. Angel Camacho, in his limited plate appearances, he's doing quite well. And Leonardo Jimenez, who's more of a prospect, not doing great. Adrian Ramos from La Antigua. Justin Ammons doing quite well. Shoji Kinoshita, not bad. And we've already taken a look at the pitchers at this level. We go down to Lansing. So Jack Perkins, he's got a day-to-day injury. He's got a virus. So he was one of our top picks last year, 3rd-round pick. Pretty much very similar stats here. A little bit lower on the strikeout rate. And yeah, he's got a lower stuff rating. Adam Kloffenstein, finally doing okay. Still low strikeout rating, but his stuff's at a 35, and man, he's just not getting any better. Ben Hernandez, he's been very good since he was moved up from Vancouver. He's made 4 starts. A little high on the walk side, but he's doing okay. Ian Bedell has been struggling, and Brendan Izard is doing the best of everybody, at least for my starters. Connor Santala has been our best reliever. Sam Roberts has got a lot of innings under his belt. Very good strikeout to walk ratio, and very good strikeout rate per inning. So that's a little bit encouraging. Lazaro Estrada also doing pretty well. A lot of other guys not doing so well. In terms of our hitters, Scotty Bradley, Spencer Horwitz are really producing above league average. Neither guy is really playing, every day. Bradley is really kind of a part-time player. Bobby Seymour is not all that great right now. 123 OPS plus, or Elvis Martinez. So I like to see that. We're still not seeing the power from Martinez. 49 games, so I think he was on the injured list for a little bit. Josiah Miller is not doing the best. Trevor Schwecke is not doing bad. He's in a part-time role. DeSan Brown, not bad for a hitter of his type. He's not going to hit for a lot of power. The 6 triples, that is something we would expect. He's got 22 stolen bases as well. On the mound here in Lansing, we've already taken a look at these guys. So now we're going to head down to Vancouver. So we've gotten a couple games each for our starters. Quick look, Alexander Ayala is struggling. Nico Cole actually is doing quite well. He was a draft pick last year, 18th rounder. But in his second go-round in Vancouver, he's actually off to a great start. Zach Maxwell and Nate Savino is our top guy. He was our first-round pick this year, so he's made 2 starts, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, and he's struggling. 12 hits allowed. Again, that's fairly normal to see for a first-round pick, for any draft pick. Zach Maxwell is a second-round pick this year. He's making a better, a little bit of a better adjustment. Brian Mejia has a good record so far. Thomas Little, I think he's a new draftee. He's doing okay. He's our closer. George Arias Jr. is also doing pretty well. Zachary Murray hasn't really pitched much. Alejandro Melian sucks. Rowdy Sanchez is not doing well. Okay, so that's Vancouver for our pitchers. For our catchers, our hitters, Javier Durazio is hitting a little bit better than our starter, Jose Ferrer. But again, very small sample sizes here. Daniel Barrich, 2 RBI from him, but 3 walks are really nice, 3 strikeouts. And the 2 doubles and a triple really are helping his slugging percentage. He's only 6 games. Tommy Troy doing okay. Not great, but okay. Trey Harmon doing okay. He's got 2 home runs. That's leading the team, I think. Yeah, 2 home runs is really boosting up his slugging percentage, so we'll have to see what happens if he cools down a bit. Esteban Machado is doing very poorly, but again, 10 games. Steven Rivas, 10 games, doing pretty well. Robbie Ashford, 10 games, doing very poorly. Alfredo Chacon, also playing 10 games, but doing very poorly. So again, these small sample sizes have to be kept in mind. And we go down to Bluefield. They've only played 4 games, so you can't really see much. But we have Brandon Fields, Jack Burton, Carson Wells. Carson Wells having a big start to the season, 4 games, 2 doubles and a home run already. Drake Varnado, he was one of our higher picks last year, 4th round pick last year, so he's moved up the level. Off to a pretty good start. Raquelvin De Castro, he was signed in the same class as Esteban Machado. Wyatt Langford, he's off to a good start. Langford was a 31st round pick 2 years ago. Brandon Smith, and that's pretty much it. So the pitchers, again, we can't really see much. Keegan Allen, he's a 9th round pick from last year. Yeah, 1 start. It's a good start. 1 run, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, but 7 strikeouts, 1 walk. And the Gulf Coast League, I don't think they've gotten started yet, so not much to see here. All right. So we are going to keep it there for this week. We're going to try to keep our episodes fairly short. Thanks for joining me. And we'll just review where the Major League team is. We've moved up in front of Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay must have gone on a bit of a slide. So we are actually up to 47-31. We're back into 2nd place. We have a 3-game lead on that 2nd wildcard spot with the Tampa Bay Rays. So if you see here, we have that 3-game lead on Tampa, and we are 7 back of the Yankees. Top player in the American League was not one of ours. It was Rafael Devers. All right, folks, that's all. Thanks for joining me. I'm JayBlue. You can follow me at Jays From Away. Follow my blog, www.bluejaysfromaway.com, and we will be back soon, we hope. You can always find us at GM Games, General Manager Games, on YouTube. So thanks very much for joining us. Have a great day, everybody.